Hey guys, Goji here from the Goji Plays Games channel. Welcome back to another video. This is no ordinary video. Judging by the animation in the beginning, this is a new episode for a series I ended a very long time ago. If you're... And guys, I've actually been kind of thinking about this for a while. This series that I'm bringing back is called Godzilla Discussion, aka Godzilla Monster Critics. Now, the real reason why I had to end it will be at the end of this video. Anyway, this episode is going to be my first Godzilla-themed top list. My top 10 favorite Godzilla monsters. Or Godzilla Kaiju. And yeah. So, before we get to the list, I'd like to say a few things. So, two things, you know. Either way, you know. First off, this is just my personal opinion. It's not based off of the whole G-fan base, Godzilla fan base in general, obviously. Yeah. And the final thing I have to say is that I will judge these kaiju by their origin, popularity, design, and roar. Unfortunately, I won't be able to have the raw in here, in this video, but I'll probably show you the raw with videos, and put the link for them in the description below. And anyway, welcome to Goji's top 10 favorite Godzilla monsters, or kaiju, whatever. Number 10. Oh god, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Number 10 is Destroyer. Okay, first off, before you guys get to the hate comments in the description below on why Destroyer is on the very bottom of the list and blah blah blah, I would have to say, I'm gonna say something first. Okay, first off, I don't hate Destroyer. He's a really cool monster. He is one of my favorites, obviously. I just kind of find him very overrated. Once again, okay, I think I'm making it. Okay. Anyway, first off, I have a few problems with this monster. First off, I want to tell his origin. His origin is that he somehow got revived. This is actually really stupid and weird, stupid at the same time. Just stupid in general. First off, his origin is that he got revived after the first Godzilla got killed by an oxygen destroyer. And somehow woke up these creatures from millions of years ago and mutated them into looking like the picture here. Now, first off, that's too far-fetched. And second of all, how would those creatures ever even come to life after a stupid oxygen destroyer? That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, really. And second of all, how would they become, monster size? That doesn't even make any sense. Now, I think and also, honestly, that's kind of why I think he's overrated. Now, he is a pretty cool kaiju and all. It will be really frightening to see him trampling on the city and stuff, because just look at it. He actually looks like the devil himself. Oh boy, don't want to refer anything from The Exorcist, oh god. Yeah, so, anyway, he's not really a bad monster and all, just I kind of think he's a bit overhyped. Number 9. Number 9 for this list is Batra. Batra is basically the twin of, I believe, Mothra, I think. Man, actually don't Godzilla anyway, this monster was basically woken up after a comet, or meteor, I think, crashed into Earth, and also even awakened Godzilla. First off, Batra actually kind of take the resemblance of Mothra, but except his designs are different, his forms are, and his abilities are very different, and his roar is kind of different as well. But anyway, this monster is not that bad at all. This monster is not that bad. He is pretty cool and all, but honestly, I just don't really find him that special. But he's still pretty cool. Hopefully, Toho will probably bring him back someday in the future. Because if he does, I'm actually gonna be pretty happy. Just like the only thing I don't like about this monster is his roar. Pretty much, his roar is just basically some other recycled roars. Like, for example, one of them was actually of Rodan's, which, speaking of Rodan, I'll get to him later. So, number 8 here is Anguirus. Anguirus' origin is basically the same as Godzilla's, but except this time he's actually just like in the picture, you know. Oh my bad. Yeah. So if you don't, so this Kaiju first fought was actually the first Kaiju that Godzilla ever fought. His first appearance was Godzilla Raids Again. So, honestly, there's not many people really like it. Like, some people like it, some people don't. I'm more of the people that one of the people that like it. Now, I don't want to get deep into that because I might talk about that in another episode of Godzilla discussion. And yeah, so he's a pretty nice monster. His roar is pretty cool as well. I'll probably I'll put the link for the monster, each of these monster roars on this list in the description below. Number 7 is Rodan. Rodan is actually one of the very few monsters on this list that has his own external movie. Before he went on the Godzilla franchise. Like, his first appearance was just simply called Rodan. After some miners or archaeologists wake up, I don't even remember. I actually never really seen the movies. Like, I'll probably see it for myself, and like maybe you should see it and like tell me his origin. I'm just kidding, don't, because I don't want any spoilers. Like, his first appearance in the Godzilla movie franchise was Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Basically, Rodan was awoken after oh gosh, I don't even remember. Rodan was woken up from an little avalanche thing that happened, and helped fight Ghidorah with Godzilla and Mothra. Rodan, Godzilla, and Mothra fought against Ghidorah. I hope that's just a really boiled down version of it, but I really hope you're getting the gist of it. Anyway, he's not a bad monster at all. Number 6 is Hedorah. Hedorah is a creature that came from space and absorbed pollution coming from on Earth, and the result was this beast right here on the image. You know, he looks really cool, by the way. And he first fights Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, which was released in the year 1971. But anyway, this movie this thing is a kind of a pollution monster thing, obviously, because he ate pollution. You know, judging by the sewage pipes on it protruding from his body. You know. Anyway, you need to listen to his roar. It's pretty nice. But all in all, he's not a bad monster. Really, he isn't. Number 5 is this beast, Biollante. Biollante is a creature that was created after a scientist's daughter dies. He uses the DNA of his deceased daughter and Godzilla's DNA and a rose plant to create this giant beast. Godzilla first fights this monster in Godzilla vs. Biollante, which was released in 1989, and he wins successfully. But later, also, I forgot to mention that there's possibly going to be spoilers as well. I'll probably pop it up or something, you know. And it becomes this creature later. Just look at it. And technically, Biollante won, because I don't want to spoil the rest of it, because I think you need to see it for yourself. It's not bad. But yeah, so all in all, and if you listen to the roar, like for me, like the first time I actually ever saw Biollante, I kind of had nightmares about that monster because of how demented and creepy it looks. Just look at it. Look at that awesome that crazy looking face. It's unlike any Godzilla mutant I've ever seen. All in all, he or it is a really cool monster. Number 4 is King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah's origin was never actually stated in any of the Godzilla movies, but pretty much his description is that he's a three-headed dragon with no arms, but he also has 2 tails, like literally. and his main ability, and also since being, I actually want to keep this part of the list really long. Like, his ability is that he can shoot gravity beams from all 3 of his heads, and obviously can fly, judging by the wings. So yeah, he's actually one of the most famous Godzilla monsters ever seen. His first appearance was Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, which was obviously a Godzilla movie, which I just mentioned earlier, but when I was talking about Rodan. That wasn't funny. And anyway, now my opinion on this guy is that he's pretty interesting. If there were any movies that had dragons, I wish they would have came up with that design. And I don't want to go off topic because I just want to keep this video kind of short. And he's not bad at all. Number 3. Hold on. Number 3 here is Mothra. Mothra's origin, I've never actually seen. Also, Mothra also had her own movie as well before she appeared in Godzilla, in the Godzilla franchise. Now, I've never seen that movie either, but like, if possible, well, don't actually do any spoilers, because you know. Anyway, I'll give off an origin that was displayed in Mothra vs. Godzilla, the 1960s movie, her first appearance. Mothra is actually no. I'll probably talk about our describe Mothra. Mothra is basically a giant butterfly that obviously can fly and can return back to life by hatching from a Mothra egg. Pretty much. And is also able to cause windstorms and shoot like poisonous webs from her mouth thingy, you know. Actually kind of sounds really disturbing when you think of it. Yeah. So anyway, this is also another one of the most popular Godzilla monsters of all time. This one is pretty interesting. Pretty much Mothra is roar. You need to listen to it. It actually sounds really cool. And, you know, and in fact, speaking of Mothra's roar, in the movie, I think it's like a Pokemon movie. It's about like Giratina or something, like taking place in the 4th generation of Pokemon. I think they kind of slightly did use Mothra's roar a lot, kinda, for Giratina, if I'm correct. I don't remember. I've only seen the movie a few times. I don't remember. I don't really watch Pokemon anymore. But anyway, Mothra's a pretty cool monster. Number 2 is Gigan. Now, Gigan's origin has never actually been explained either, but the description is that he is a crystal-eyed monster with a chicken beak and has a buzzsaw implanted in his chest thingy, and he also has scythe things for hands. But in the Final Wars version, there's the upgraded version of him. He has chainsaws instead. But in my opinion, I think the Final Wars version here at those other 2 pictures, like, that looks more because it's much more, they look much more cybernetic. And yeah, Gigan's roar is also pretty nice. I'd probably put like the link for both roars or something if possible. And now, number 1. Now, the number 1 kaiju I really like the most is Kaiju, or Mechagodzilla 3. Now, this is the only Mechagodzilla I actually like. First off, like, this one is actually a pretty popular version of Mechagodzilla. I think this one's better than any other. But anyway, this monster was created by the GDF, I believe, or yeah, Global Defense Force, I think. And also, but first off, about the name Kaiju. And Kaiju is actually the Japanese word for machine dragon. Pretty sick, am I right? Like, you know, pretty cool. Anyway, his origin is that the framework during construction, during the construction of building him, the frame they used for him was actually the original Godzilla's bones, and somehow some of the DNA of that Godzilla went and possessed, made like the Kaiju get possessed and destroy everything after hearing Godzilla's roar somehow. It doesn't really make any sense, but it's pretty cool. He goes berserk, then later he loses his hand in battle. Then his next appearance, which is actually rather his final appearance as of right now, I think, is Godzilla Tokyo SOS, which also has Mothra and obviously Godzilla and him. But pretty much, and he actually, this is so hard to explain. Like, later, after, like, Godzilla defeats Mothra, they're basically the showdown of Godzilla versus Kiryu, obviously, if that makes sense. Basically, Kiryu, picks up Godzilla when Godzilla's all covered in wet, in, like, the silk by Mothra's, larvae, people or something, I don't know. Like, Kiryu plunges himself and Godzilla into the ocean, which I actually kind of find that pretty cool, and like, which actually makes a lot of sense, because for some reason, like, the Mothra fairies, get this is actually kind of funny, like, the Mothra fairies, the fairies that are friends with Mothra, think that the Godzilla bones, demand that the Godzilla bones should be returned back to the sea, or else it will not restore balance to nature. It's really stupid and weird at the same time. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what Godzilla's coming to, but it's still kind of cool, though. Well, anyway, that's just about it. Thank you guys for watching. This has just been my, third episode of Godzilla Discussion, or in other words, Godzilla Discussion Reloaded. I hope you thought this was way better than the other the predecessors, you know, the episodes 1 and 2, which I don't like talking about. But yeah, so thank you guys for. Oh yeah, I forgot about the real reason why I had to end the series. So anyway, the real reason I had to end the series is because sorry, that's just my iPod. The real reason why I had to end the series was because I kind of thought the first 2 episodes were not even that great anymore, so, which I kind of thought that the second one was much worse. Hopefully this was way better. And yeah, so also therefore I had to end it, and I was kind of a bit tired of it at the time. But now, since being that this is obviously, and since I've actually been thinking about Godzilla for a while, and now this is the episode marking its return. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been my third episode of Godzilla Discussion. I hope you thought this was pretty entertaining. The links for it in the description below. I'll also put the roars for each of the monsters on this list in the description below, which has the link, obviously, you know. And yeah, so if you thought, and also leave in the comments below what your favorite Godzilla monsters are, or your, you know, like, yeah, so I hope you thought this was pretty entertaining. Thank you guys for watching. This has been my... Yeah, I heard you repeat that. I'm Goji. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and become an Enderman unit today. I'm Goji, and I'll see you fellow Endermen later. Peace!